What a fun and awesome night of fighting here. Basically, right as the Manny Pacquiao versus what the heck was that guy's name? Azaria fight ended. Basically, we were able to change off of that fight, flip over to the UFC show on Fox Sports 1 that was held in Austin, Texas, and we get an awesome main event of Edgar versus Swanson. Cub Swanson, a great fighter, but Frankie Edgar is a guy, honestly, that has really come back, and even though he has a lot of doubters on basically what could be going down, you have to say the UFC was able to put on the better fight tonight. Basically, you got a fight that went all the way down to the finish, and Edgar basically was not going to be, he didn't want a finish that went to the decision. Basically, he would have won this fight, regardless if it went to the decision or not, but basically with the rear naked choke, with 10 seconds left in the last round, he was able to cinch that in, and Cub Swanson was tapping out like there was no tomorrow. He was going great. Basically, Edgar's wrestling game was on tap tonight. Basically, he was on top notch. Basically, you can never say that this guy never brings it into the octagon every time he steps in there, and he was top notch, basically wrestling around. Cub Swanson basically was on his back all night long, just trying to get out of Edgar's moves, just rolling around. Frankie Edgar continues to wow us. It was another great performance, all the way through, all the way to the end, and with 10 seconds left in the fight, it was just it was tap out city. I cannot say how great I think it was to come home from work today. I got my ass kicked all day long and get to watch this great Pacquiao fight, which wasn't good, it wasn't great, but to tap it out, going from boxing, flipping over and watching some UFC action and seeing these guys wrestle around. Frankie Edgar, this is one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. Cub Swanson is another guy that's been right there, and to see these guys fight basically for free on Fox Sports 1 sort of shows you the way the UFC is going. They're not going to go away from their pay-per-view. That's where they bring their big money in. But the money that Fox Sports is paying them, they're putting great fights on, much like Bellator. If you flip over and you watch on Spike TV, last weekend they had Saturday packed full of fights. I think everybody would have loved to see that Stephan Bonner versus Tito Ortiz fight. UFC had their pay-per-view going on, and then of course there's World Series of Fighting as well. So everybody's branded out. Everybody's big discussion is what is going to happen with Brock Lesnar in the future. That is what everybody's thinking about with UFC, but we won't know that until after WrestleMania 31, which is going to be held in Santa Clara, California. So basically, I hope you guys were able to watch this. I hope you guys had the channel on the remote and were able to change as fast as you could. Basically, I changed it the second that the bell was about to ring for the 12th round. I thought there was no way in the world that basically the decision was going to go any other way, and I'm glad that I did, because the wrestling match that went down between Frankie Edgar and Cub Swanson tonight for UFC in Austin was an awesome, awesome deal. Hope everybody was able to check that out, and I'll see you guys down the road.